Hey everybody, it's Generic Soul. I'm back again. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. We are going live because it's just cool. Of course, I have to get into my my favorite filter because, well, could I be dreaming? Could you be dreaming? Could we all be dreaming? Probably. So let's get into that dream filter and flip this camera around and take a look. Oh, you just kind of saw what it was, but it's back. It might be a dream. All my pipes back in one place, except for a couple. Here, let's zoom, or let's change the filter back out, I mean. And as you can see, it made the trip fairly well. Let's open her up. Have a gander. I didn't plug in the lights yet because it's just not necessary at this time. We are fixing to move northwest, so I didn't want to set up the whole thing and have to tear it back down again. So there they are. There's the big Bari. There's the big BK pipe that I've had forever. I've had that for a really long time. A bunch of tobaccos, some old, some new. Some I won't touch, some I will, but I couldn't bring myself to throw these ones out yet because they still smell all right, and I wanted to give somebody a chance to maybe try them out if they wanted to, and if they don't want to, eventually they'll just get chucked. So let's take a gander. I know you've seen it a couple times, but there's my big Boswell that I love. My big Balkovec is in the bedroom right now, so it's not in the case. But what I do have is some brand new stuff, some PA Dutch Treat, some Countryside. We all know and love the Countryside. And I wanted to try the new Cupcake, so I got a tin of that. I was thinking about sitting on this, but also I really want to see what it is. I've already tried the PA Dutch Treat. I've tried the Countryside. We've got lots of videos on those, but Cupcake, still a dream. So let's take the Cupcake, and what other fitting choice than this Boswell right here. It's clean, it's ready to go. Let's go try some pipe tobacco. As you can see, there's a considerable change in my landscape from the last of my videos. Some of you have noticed, some of you have not. And some of you I'm friends with on Facebook, so you already knew, but let's go outside, shall we? So, landscape changes, life changes, all sorts of neat shit going on with me. Since the last, I was really doing lots of videos. I was single, partied a lot, drank a lot, and generally didn't give a shit what was going to happen the next day. As long as I could wake up alive, I was pretty good for that. And then sometimes even didn't even care if that happened. But I got out of my dark place. I moved to Florida about 4 years ago and met my wife and became a grandfather within the span of about 4 years, 3.5 years, somewhere in there. So, all sorts of weird shit. And now I'm the stereotypical pipe-smoking grandfather. Got the beard already. That was for no other reason than I was feeling lazy one day and just decided I haven't cut it yet. But I'm going to keep the beard. I'm going to keep the pipes. Let's see what this Boswell's Cupcake is all about, shall we? I don't know if this tripod will work. Best I can do is try. So let me take a minute and try and set that up on something. Actually, you know what? I think this will work just fine without the tripod. So let's get the filter thing out of there so I can see the whole picture. Nobody's actually watching this live, which is kind of depressing, but I know you guys got all jobs and stuff, so I respect that. Took the plastic off, brand new tin. I didn't smell this at the shop really, but it smells just like the shop, really. I don't really smell cupcakes in the mix. There's no paper binder, no paper like cup or anything. It's just a metal tin with some tobacco in it, so they're going super cheap on this one. They could have thrown in a coffee filter in my opinion, but that's okay. Hopefully this isn't sitting around long enough that it matters. The other thing that I love is sitting over here to my left. And apparently you're seeing this in reverse. I don't know how that's working out. I'm a little upset with YouTube on that one, but I am using the forward-facing camera, so whatever. Don't read the shirt. Or maybe, I don't know, somebody tell me if I'm actually posting in forward view. We got into that last night, or the other night when I did a video, because, I don't know, I don't want you to, I don't want you to have to see shit in reverse. So, this is the first test of the cupcake from Boswell's in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Same people that carved the pipe, for those of you that are new. Nice day for a pipe, too. It's a little humid here. It's like 86 degrees, something like that. Warm. But it's not that bad of a day, really. We're expecting rain all day. And right now it ain't doing that. So that's why I'm kind of out here enjoying this part of the day. Here comes somebody in a trailer. But, alright, now that I've got that underway, that's good news. It's not that bad of a tobacco, but it doesn't make me think cupcakes when I'm smoking it. And this here, this is a beer that we can't get in Florida. I had to go to New York to pick this up, which is weird. But it's Westbrook Goza out of South Carolina. Westbrook Brewing, Mount Pleasant. We drove right through there. Probably could have stopped at the brewery and gotten some, but we didn't. I remember Mount Pleasant quite well. I just didn't know that's where the brewery was. What's up, White Gary? It's not White Gary. Alright, so cheers to good beers. This is a sour beer. And although my facial expression doesn't show it, this is one of my favorite beers I've ever had. It took me a long time to get into sours, as it probably is you. But once I got in, that's kind of really all I want to drink. Not constantly, because I still like my IPAs. But it's low in alcohol. It tastes great. Oh, and look at that. It's the Grand Marlin. This is a place that I still currently work at. I'm the Oyster King there. And that's a brand that I created. I'm sure there's other people that have come up with the two words and put them together, but me, I'm the Oyster King. You'll see me around in your neighborhood eventually. I may go on tour, on an oyster tour, if you will. next we're headed to Washington State. But that's the thing. I can talk about this company now because what are they going to do? Fire me? I'm done on Sunday. We sold the house and we're moving northwest. I think we got into that a little bit, but so I'm not too concerned with their actions by me talking about the place that I work at. Currently, I mean, when we were hired, we were made to sign a contract saying we would never speak about this place on social media, and since we're not talking back and forth, I don't consider this necessarily social media. Ew, gross. I gotta show you guys this. No filter. Excuse me. We're gonna go back to normal filter. I'm gonna flip the camera and zoom in on the cat's bowl. This is disgusting. It's all getting thrown away. There's about 10,000 flies all over that shit. So that's gonna get chucked. Are we dreaming? No, those are really flies. It's like fucking Amityville over here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put one bowl on top of another bowl and scare away all the flies. Oh, they're all scared. There, fuck off, flies. Ugh. Pardon me. Alright, so let's get those filters out the way, and we'll finish up this video. Like most of their tobaccos, this is a no-bite tobacco. I haven't smoked pipes, in a long time. Here and there I've had one, but even when I lived in New York, I barely ever smoked pipes. Pretty much every video you've seen is every pipe I've ever smoked. Excuse me, back when I was in Cape Vincent, I used to smoke a lot of pipes, just to be different. And then, when I moved to Watertown, I started doing less of it because I was in school full-time and working full-time. Cigarettes were the answer. It was too humid, it was too shitty out, it was too whatever. Snowing, blowing, sucking, fucking, hated it. So, I didn't want to be outside to smoke a pipe any more than you did. So I quit. And now, living in Florida, a couple times I've been able to smoke in the house, and it was kind of nice. But now there's a grandbaby in there, and I'm not allowed to smoke in the house anymore. Sucks for me. But when we get the new house, rules change. And if they don't like it, they can get their own goddamn place. So yeah, no bite, no cupcake flavor really, unless I forgot what cupcakes taste like. But it is a decent aromatic, kind of chill. Might smell better than it tastes, but I'm not bitching. They did well with this one. I've found the more sugar you add to tobacco, the worse it tastes, naturally, because sugar burns at a lower temperature than tobacco does. So, you just turn into a glop mess, and that's no fun. Get off my fucking beer, fly. So, was we talking about the Grand Marlin? It's a nice place. It's upscale. It's not 5-star. It's not Michelin star. It's not fucking that kind of fancy. It's fancy from the 1980s. The corporate chef had been pretty much holding on to these recipes since he was just a young lad in the kitchen, and now he's, you know, just a paperwork guy, that kind of chef, and we're still forced to do his 1980s fucking recipes. Now for me, it's not that difficult. Like I said, it's oysters. They're not that hard. You put the sauce on the thing, and you put the oyster on the thing, and you're done. Boom. Have a nice night. But some of the rest of his recipes are really, really outdated, and that part I am excited to move away from. Let's go somewhere where somebody has some newer, fresh ideas. That would be nice. But all in all, I do like the chef that I work for and with, and so on and so forth. It's time to go. Like I've said, you know, I can't hold a job in Florida and work on the or live on the other side of the country. That commute would suck. I'd have to be here for like a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and that's just not happening. So, that's my little update. I'm sitting on the porch, I'm drinking a beer, I'm having a pipe, and I'm gonna fix on packing some shit in boxes. That's gonna be fun. But voiced this. So, till next time, don't go doing nothing I wouldn't do. See ya.